you ready to accept defeat?
Is he actually absorbing the buildings? The buildings and the Soul Society are all made of reishi. What he's doing is preventing the reishi from bonding, forcing them to become part of his strength. The reishi, it's being torn apart, and also is being bound to his will. You're going much too far now. You're exceeding your human limits, boy. Just as easy as strangling a baby.
Soul destruction!
Here's a taste.
One shot is enough.
Strike back!
What do you think of this?
One shot is enough. Take a good look. Won't show mercy.
Strike back!
Sorry. Try to catch me. Won't show mercy. One shot is enough. Take a good look. Try to catch me if you can. One shot is enough. Take a good look. I'll go all out on my next attack. I can't let this draw out any longer. This will finish you. There.
Strike back!
Now, let us begin our experiment. Don't push on.
Strike back!
Show mercy. One shot is enough. Here.
Here's a taste.
Let's go.
Strike back!
Repent.
Besides, at this point, just as easy as strangling a baby.
Soul destruction!
Try to catch me if you can.
Incredible!
Don't push your luck.
Not bad.
Strike back!
Incredible. Try to catch me if you can. Let's go.
Incredible!
Where are you looking? Watch this. Saving this one. can't let this draw out any longer. This will finish you.
Captain?
Damn you! You stupid Quincy!
Does it have the ability to liquefy whatever it cuts? Did you save that move? Hold it so you could use it when you'd want to make your escape?
I'll admit, you were close, Quincy. I can't actually attack at the moment. But then again, I also can't be attacked either. I'll be like this for a few short days at most, and then afterward, I'll simply return to the department in order to fully recover. And now, goodbye, Quincy. You were more trouble than I expected. But in the end, I will live, and you will die. That hasn't changed at all.
The poison in my system. If I don't do something fast.
Mr. Quincy, sir, please, if you look under the badge on my left arm, then you'll find an antidote there.
Would you be more comfortable lying down?
No, I'm fine like this.
Here, you first.
No, I'm going to be all right. Our blood's the same. He and I share similar biology. So you see, the poison won't harm me. Do you think it's some kind of trick or something? Then please, pour some into my mouth first if you need reassurance. Go on, I'll show you.
That's okay. Why would you poison me? Why now, when I'm already poisoned?
Thank you very much. I realized that you could have killed him by aiming for his head, but in the end, you didn't.
That was a fluke. Actually, I shot to make a kill.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. I'm glad you didn't kill my lord. Giving you the antidote was the least I could do to thank you for that.
I don't get it. Why would you want to protect a father like that?
I don't know. But when I realized that he'd survived, I just felt kind of relieved. Please, leave after you drink it. The other guards will certainly be coming shortly. They would have seen Ashisogi Jizo. I'll be all right, I promise. I'm sure the guards will tend to me.
Okay. Well, thanks for the medicine. Goodbye now. Darn. My legs feel like lead. And I can't lift my arms. The rents in Tenkai must be wearing off. Finally. It seems that my time as a Quincy is coming to an end. But at least, I was still able to make my way to the Senzakyu. Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, Mr. Yoruichi, and Ganju, all of them. They're probably on their way now. But if it isn't just yet, I'm confident that it'll happen eventually. I'm sure it's only a matter of time. I just have to wait. Although, seeing as I was the one who got here first, I suppose I should go save Rukia. I bet Ichigo wants to be the one to rescue her. He'll probably be mad if I beat him to it.
It's nothing personal, but it's essential that we maintain the peace. Cry, Suzumushi. Forgive me, Ryoka. These pointless battles are at an end. Sleep now. Your struggles will be over soon enough.
Why? Why'd you take me out of there? I had the best chance of coming out alive, of anybody there! Now Ganju, Hinataro, and Ruki are gonna get killed!
Who do you think you are? You had no chance. No one there could have done it. They couldn't have fought against Byakuya and lived.
Look, you!
Stop shouting. You're just going to open up your wounds again. Carrying you away was the best I could do. It was the only way to escape Byakuya.
But why me and not Rukia, huh?
Listen, absolutely nobody who was there had any hope of defeating Byakuya. Believe me, Ichigo. But in 3 days, you might very well have a chance. That was my reasoning. You were the logical choice. And there's more. Byakuya wasn't alone. Ukitake was there as well. He was Rukia's direct superior. He's a very dutiful man. I'm sure he won't kill Ganju, and that youth who tried to rescue his subordinate. They'll be all right, Ichigo. You just need to concentrate on becoming stronger. You can't defeat Byakuya as you are now. But I'll train you so that in 3 days you will. And then, with your very own hands, you'll be able to save all of your friends. I want to ask you a question. Are you aware that Zangetsu is a constant release Zanpakuto?
It is? When you say constant release, you mean like Kenpachi's? I always knew this sword was different from the others. It doesn't actually change shape. I mean, not even if I call its name.
Just as I thought. Well then, in that case, you probably also weren't aware that Zangetsu had a second release. All Zanpakuto, including Zangetsu, have 2 different distinct stages of release. The first stage is called Shikai, and the second one is called Bankai. They're mandatory for a captain. That is, they all need to be able to perform both of them.
What? Mandatory?
That means every captain has mastered both Shikai and Bankai. Or at least everyone has, aside from one exception.
Exception?
Kenpachi Zaraki. In the long history of the Soul Society, he's the only captain. The only one who's ever achieved that rank without being able to perform Bankai or knowing the name of his Zanpakuto. The 13 Court Guard squads valued his fighting prowess and dedication so much that they waived the requirement. But then you got to experience that skill firsthand. In terms of the Zanpakuto's combat ability, the difference between Shikai and Bankai depends on the individual's innate talents and training, but generally it's 5 to 10 times greater.
10 times?
Astonishing, isn't it? But because of that, even for someone with talent, it can easily take 10 or more years of training to master Bankai.
Wait a second. I don't have that much time.
No, of course you don't. When I say 10 or 20 years, I'm talking about more traditional, normal training. There are serious risks involved, but I'm taking a completely different approach with you. You're going to learn Bankai in just 3 days.
Hey, what's with that goofy-looking doll?
It's a Tenshin Tai, a vital spiritual tool that's used by the Stealth Force. It will forcibly transfer and externalize the soul of a Zanpakuto.
Hold on, I don't get it. We need that to practice Bankai?
Of course, the central essence of Shikai is to communicate and synchronize with your Zanpakuto. But using Bankai requires externalizing it and forcing it into submission. And that means instead of you entering the world of the Zanpakuto to communicate with it, what you do instead is summon the Zanpakuto into our world. It usually takes more than 10 years of training to learn how to perform the move. But there's something I'm counting on. You were able to fight Kenpachi Zaraki to a draw. It's my belief that despite your lack of long-term training, you're ready to externalize Zangetsu.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. Piercing this with Zangetsu will force it to happen. I'll use my powers to keep him in that state. But the thing is, this can only be done once, and it lasts for just 3 days. I know it's quick, but somehow you must force Zangetsu to submit within that time frame. If you can do that...
I won't ask what happens if I fail. I mean, if it's really the only way, then I'll just have to do it.
Well now, it appears that you made a full recovery, Ichigo.
Zangetsu. What the heck?
Only one of them is real. I mean, that's actually the real me. There's just one available solution. I can only be defeated by that sword. In other words, if you want me to submit, you have one option. You're going to have to find it before I kill you. And then, you're going to have to cut me down. Never take your eyes off the enemy. That's 52.
Damn! Oh man, I almost had him!
Impressive. He's come a long way in a short amount of time. Before, he was relying on Zangetsu's strength. But now, he's learning at a frightening pace, and reaching a rather frightening level as well. Kisuke, it seems that it's just as you said. He is truly Looks like we're just about out of time.
Not beat yet! Huh?
Drop the sword, Ichigo. Day 1 is over.
A hot spring. I had no idea this was even here. What the heck's going on? What kind of hot spring is this? My wounds are healing, and the pain's going away.
So, how's the water?
Oh, Ms. Yoruichi. Yeah, it's perfect. Just perfect. Hey, you know, I've been thinking this reminds me of that one place. The one under Urahara's shop. The training ground?
Yes, I imagine it would. You see, that study room was modeled on this place.
It was?
Yes, there's actually quite a lot of personal history here for me. This was originally created as Kisuke's and my secret playground. We built it deep under the Sokyoku.
Secret? Come on. How do you secretly build a place like this?
Kisuke had a reputation as a bit of a rogue. He always had a talent for getting himself into mischief. But that was long ago. When we were children, we played here practically every day. After he joined the 13 Court Guards, and I joined the Stealth Force, we would come here together to train. And
Wait, just hold on a minute. The 13 Court Guards? Then he was a Soul Reaper?
huh? Kisuke?
Yeah, oh man, I knew it! He knew way too much about the Soul Society. And he's got a Zanpakuto. And some of the guys here gave me funny looks when I mentioned his name. Ms. Yoruichi, listen. This guy, what exactly is he?
That fool. He kept it to himself. He didn't tell you everything, did he? All right. There's no reason to keep it from you now that we've come this far. You see, Kisuke is actually the previous captain of Squad 12, and he's also the founder and first chief of the Department of Research and Development.
Come on, Sabimaru.
Captain Eisen.
Oh no. I actually drew my sword against Momo. I'm terrible. How could I? I'm just the absolute worst. Who is it? Whoa. Oh boy, this is ugly. I can't even look. Captain Ichimaru.
You look tired, you poor thing. Would you like it if I gave you my help?
Come with me, Izuru.
With a little help from allies old and new, Ichigo Kurosaki was able to invade the Seirei-tei at the center of the Soul Society in order to save Rukiaku Chiki. Despite the growth his allies saw in the battle against powerful foes, the road to rescue Rukia was a long one, with Uryu Ishida and Yasutora Sado passing out along the way. A shocking development occurred. An urgent message from Serei brought news of the unnatural death of Sosuke Aizen, the captain of Squad 5. The Soul Society was drawn into chaos, wrought by our hero's invasion of the Serei. Some 13 Court Guard Squad captains aimed for our heroes. Others changed their thoughts after encountering Ichigo. Others have doubts about their comrades as the situation unfolds. Captured by Soul Reapers, Ishida, Chad, and Gunju trust in Ichigo and lay low in jail. Meanwhile, Ichigo trained with Yoruichi to achieve the true might of a Soul Reaper, the Bankai.
It's daybreak. Just 2 days are left now. Ichigo has improved rapidly in the short time he's been training. Compared to the average Soul Reaper, his pace has been astonishing. But that improvement only applies to his combat skills. His spirit energy hasn't increased much at all. At this rate, can he truly master Bankai in 2 more days? Should I extend his training further? It might be something to consider. In the time since we got here, we've come to learn that the timing of Rukia's execution was cut by 5 days to 25. So that means that even after 3 days of training, we'll still have another 8 days to spare. Since that's the case, extending his training is more than possible. But should I? That's the real question. It took Kisuke 3 days for him to be able to achieve Bankai, and he was of the mind that spending any longer on it would actually prove to be dangerous. I'm not sure about Ichigo's Konpaku. I'm not entirely confident that it can withstand the extra days of training. I know. I'll give it 1 more day. If there's no change in his spirit energy in that time, I'll just have to take the risk.
Rukia Kuchiki, it's about the day of your execution. You see, it's been changed once again. The execution will be tomorrow.
The execution is tomorrow? But before the execution arrives, I'll make a request. I'll ask them to return Ichigo and the others safely to the world of the living. I am from the Kuchiki clan after all. Given that, they just might honor my request. The execution is tomorrow. It came as a shock to me, of course. But strangely, I wasn't sad. It must be because of the dream I had last night. It must be because of my dream about the night that I'll never be able to forget.
Lieutenant! Kyan! Kyan! Kyan!
That memory, it's one from when I'd just become a Soul Reaper. A memory of days long past. After I was adopted into the Kuchiki clan, I was given special treatment, and I was allowed to enlist in Squad 13. The other squad members almost immediately singled me out and became cold. They began to distance themselves from me, except one. The only person who made me feel like I belonged was none other than Kaien Shiba. He was Squad 13's lieutenant. He was also my immediate superior. It was an ordinary greeting, an ordinary chewing out, an ordinary relationship between superior and subordinate. But ordinary was exactly what I wanted. It's what I'd been searching for. It felt nice, just being around him. It made me feel so comfortable. But regrettably, those ordinary pleasant days didn't last long. Soon enough, they were brought to a very abrupt end. It all started when a hollow recon mission went awry. We'd received the dreadful and unexpected news that Kaien's wife, Miyako, had tragically been slain by an enemy hollow. Kaien volunteered for the combat squad to go after the hollow that had killed his wife. Captain Ukitake and I both joined him. We made our way to the Mystery Hollow's nest.
Captain, please, sir, let me go alone.
Even now, I remain full of questions about that day. Why didn't I try to stop him? Why didn't I try to do more? Our foe's capabilities were unknown, and yet you set off to face it alone. We knew it was extremely dangerous right from the start. But Captain Ukitake didn't stop Kaien, nor did he move to assist him.
Listen, and remember this well. There are two kinds of battles. Each time that we seek to engage in a fight, we must understand its true nature. Whether it's a battle to protect life, or a battle to defend honor.
But then... Kaien? Sir?
What's that? Did you just call my name, little girl?
I soon discovered that the Kaien I called out to was no longer the Kaien that I once knew so well. That hollow. It possessed the ability to take over another person's body. It did so by fusing the spiritual entity with that of the other.
Run, Rukia.